What is your name and what style of art do you do?
All right. My name is Summer King, but I go by King Summer. The style of art, I still have not, I don't have like a set style right now. I kind of play with a little bit of everything. I guess I consider myself to be like a modern day Picasso.
Okay.
Because, you know, Picasso, he played with different styles and he never really had anything to really call his own. He just experimented, and that's kind of what I do.
Now, is Summer King your real name?
Summer King's my real name.
Now, was there any story behind why your parents gave you that name?
Well, King is not my my maiden name.
Okay.
I'm married into King.
Okay.
But no, it was just Summer Blair, and it just, you know, God makes everything fall into place, and King just, I think that really kind of is me more than Blair. So then I just flipped it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, do you think having the name Summer makes you express that same brightness in your artwork as well?
I do. I think that if I had any other name, I may act a lot differently, but I'm very friendly. I'm very, you know, bubbly. I'm probably the nicest person you'll meet, you know. So, and being from New York, that says a lot.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Yeah, I think that makes me act the way I act.
How long have you been painting, and what inspired your beginnings in a sense?
I've been drawing since I was about 10, but I've been painting for 10 years. I grew up in the Bronx. I lived really close to the Bronx Museum, and my family was very, very strict. I couldn't go anywhere, so the only place I could really go was to the Bronx Museum, which was maybe a block away. So I would walk up there, and I was just about every day, and they had an art program. I got into the art program, and just like from there, that was just my life. That was everything.
Did you do any contests or?
Yeah, every contest. I won a couple of them, especially when I was in high school, but mostly I was a kid, so a little kiddie contest. Yeah.
So is art something you do full time now?
Yes, finally. I finally got to the point. I'm a real estate agent. That's my job, but I was a full-time real estate agent, part-time artist. Now I'm a full-time artist, part-time real estate agent.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how was the transition in a sense?
I'm actually still transitioning. It's not as hard as I thought it would be because, you know, being a real estate agent, it gives you a really flexible schedule anyway. So it wasn't that hard. I still was able to, you know, get a lot done and do a lot of research and meet people and go to events and stuff and make money because real estate makes a lot of money. But so it hasn't been hard. I've met a lot of good contacts.
Cool. Now,
My wall.
Yes, your wall. Yeah, interesting wall. Let's talk about the wall a little bit.
Oh, my wall. It started out so tiny. And that, you know what, that says a lot too, because it started out with just, you know, my sketches in the background. Things that I wanted to turn into paintings. And, you know, since I've been, you know, more of a full-time artist, I've been inspired by a lot of other artists that I've met. And it's so many really nice people. It's so different from New York. Like,
it is.
Yeah, and not to hate on New York. Atlanta, it seems like people are more willing to like help you and
connect and network.
It is. It's different. And I've just met so many good people that I've, you know, if I feel inspired by someone, you know, I'll stick something on the wall or their business card, or I've got buttons up there from people I've met. Events that I've been in, I stick stuff up there. That was a winning ticket, that coupon. And you know, when I'm into something, I do a lot of research. So I was doing like a yoga theme at one time. I was painting yoga, you know, people in yoga poses, dolls. I went into like the doll theme, so I started putting dolls up there for inspiration.
Now, what inspired the doll themes? 'Cause I see a lot of that in your work.
Yeah, the dolls. I'm actually afraid of dolls.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm afraid of dolls. So, my daughter, she has a lot of dolls, and she used to kind of set them like on my desk, and she would like see how that one is sitting there. She would like sit those around and pose them and stuff, and I was looking like, these are pretty cool because you can move them and mold them, and that was when I was transitioning from the yoga to the dolls.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I could put these dolls in like yoga positions, and that'd be real different.
Mm-hmm.
And that was how that kind of came about.
So, can you say art helped you
It's
deal with your fear?
Yeah,
Deal with your fear of dolls?
Yes, because I mean, if you look at a doll, just like you create on canvas, you put something on canvas, that can't hurt you. So it's like you look at a doll is made of plastic and rubber.
Mm-hmm.
It can't hurt you, so yeah.
Now, why were you afraid of dolls?
Oh, God. Because I was a little girl with too many dolls.
Nah, funny story. My cousins used to scare me when I was
dolls?
very younger with the ones that you can that move the mouth.
Oh, that's
The little
horrible.
bow tie
The
one.
ventriloquist looking
Yeah,
ones.
they used to scare me
That's
with
the
those. So I can
worst.
relate.
Yeah.
But
It's those little Annabelle tripped me out too.
oh yeah, I don't like those. Yeah, I don't like those dolls.
No.
I don't know. There's something real about dolls, you know.
And you know what I think it is? I think it's that it's just like that emptiness, and it reminds us of like death, because they're just lifeless and they're empty. Their eyes are empty and their bodies are limp.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't like death. Nobody wants to really like talk about that. So I think that has that fear kind of like, it makes it worse.
Yeah. And I also see that in your artwork. It's like a playfulness, but it's also a serious message that you try to carry across. So how important is it to you to get a message across through your artwork?
It's very important because I feel like you can go to Walmart, Family Dollar, and spend $10 and get a piece of art. That's really saying nothing. But that's what has to set you apart and make you different from that stuff that you can go pick up at the dollar. So it has to mean something. So I think every piece to me has a meaning. It could be just what I'm going through at the time. It could be my frustration about something. It could be just an inspiration that I saw somewhere. And, so it has to mean something.
Yeah.
And that makes it worth what I'm trying to charge. It gives you value,
Yeah. Being that you're from New York and you're in the South, how does being in a different environment affect your painting?
I've been in Atlanta for about, I've been here for about, back and forth. I lived back in New York for like 2 years, but about 8 years total. And in New York, the art scene is very different. And I touched on that a little bit because, I said that like in Atlanta, everybody is more willing to help and stuff like that. But in addition to that, I think because this is more of like a black kind of, more like that black community. In New York, it's more diverse. So here you can be more inspired by like black art and
culture.
The culture is so different. You see so many more successful black people, and I guess it makes me want to go back to doing more like black art, more like Afrocentric stuff, because I had kind of gone away from that because honestly it wasn't selling, but here I think that is a better market for it.
Nice.
So yeah, I guess that's why I'm like I'm back to it.
That's good. It's almost like being around your people inspires you to project.
It does.
What your people represent.
It
does.
In
a sense.
Yeah.
That's cool. Let me see. How did you find out about MovingArtATL?
I had posted. I had just done a piece on. It was a yellow piece, and it was a guy in like a yoga position, and I posted it on Instagram. And Alan contacted me, And he just said that I think you would be good for, you know, the show I'm trying to do or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds good. He sent me an email and kind of just described what was going on. And I was just like, oh yeah, this is all me. I got to be a part of this. And that's just where that came from.
Now, how was the last show? Because you did participate in the last show.
Oh man, first off, I'm not a body paint person. That was my first time doing it. So like I said, I learn from everything. I try to take something from everything that happens to me. And with that show, I didn't have the right paint to use on my muse, and it came off when she was like in position. I was using like body paint because I didn't know that acrylic would work. So I loved it because, you know, the actual body painters, what they did was so beautiful. And I'm like, okay, now that I know, I can do it. Yeah, I can do it. But you know, I was just surrounded by like some really, really talented artists. It was a really good experience. And now, like, since I've done it, I feel more prepared for the next one. I'm really excited.
Do you know who you'll be painting for the next one or not yet?
I hope I get the same person. She was really sweet. She was a really sweet girl. I mean, I'll be happy with anyone, but I know that we got along really well.
Who was it?
Kiasha.
Oh, Kiasha J. That's right. Yeah, I remember. She's really cool.
Yeah.
They had an aerial yoga class.
Yeah, she's
I know.
mean. I was looking like, wow. And she said she's just been doing it since 2013. That's crazy.
Would you try aerial yoga?
Let me get off the ground first. Let me get my legs off the ground. You have to call an ambulance. But it looks cool.
I need moving out paramedics on standby.
No, not yet.
Alright, so are these two pieces coming up for the show?
Yes. We're gonna put that into the universe right now. They will be finished. And a whole, maybe like 3 more that I'm hoping to have finished by then. So just put some pressure on myself. Yeah. It'll be done.
Now, in some ancient artwork, they use measurements based off of like the Fibonacci series and sacred geometry. Do you plan on incorporating any of that?
No, not really, and only because I'm It would be cool if I had the time to do it, but I don't. And then besides that, I have I'm teaching art, so it's like, you know, it's man, I feel so bad every time. This has been sitting here for like a week and I haven't touched it, and I'm just like, once I sit down and get it done, yeah, I'll try to make more time to, you know, go into the history and do it the right way.
Is there anything you would like to say?
I'm just looking forward to seeing all my art friends. I met like the coolest people. I've met some of the coolest people, you know, in the art scene. The realest people that I've met, more than like the people I've met since I've been in Atlanta. So yeah.
It's dope. I'm definitely looking forward to it as well. And where can we find your work?
I have a website. It's kingsummertheartist.com.
Okay.
And I'm on Instagram. It's at Dear Summer, Dear_Summer, SUMM3R. But I'm actually gonna have a page that's just dedicated to all my work, and it's gonna be King Summer the Artist.
Okay, cool.